Hello students, in this video we are going to learn magnetic field on the axis of a circular current loop. Let's start. Magnetic field on the axis of a current loop. First of all, we'll draw the loop. It is in the vertical plane. Let us assume this is the direction of current, center, and this is the radius A. Let's take vertical axis Y, this one Z, and this is X. We are going to assume one element dl, or we can say ideal element at this point, and if we want to find the magnetic field on the axis, this is the axis from the center at a distance of x. So we will join this ideal element to the point. Let's say this is the point on the axis where we want to find the magnetic field due to this circular current loop. So we'll join, this is r vector, which is going to be perpendicular to vector ideal. So this is the position vector of point P, and we can use a straight line. Yes. So this is representing the position vector of point P where we want to find the magnetic field. So the angle between ideal vector and R here, it is 90 degree. Angle between ideal and vector R is 90 degree. So now if we apply the, that is theta equal to 90 degree, Biot-Savart law. So if you apply the Biot-Savart law, the field at point P due to current element will be dB will be equal to mu naught by 4 pi, and no need to write here vector sign, we are writing only magnitude, ideal into R into sine theta upon R cube. Theta is 90 degree, so mu naught by 4 pi ideal, 1 R will cancel, so R square, and this is sine 90 degree, sine 90 degree will be 1, so directly we can write mu naught by 4 pi, and this is ideal upon R square. So this is the expression of magnetic field. Now next to that is, as we know that dB vector will be perpendicular to both dl vector, ideal vector, and r vector when we take the cross product of two vector. Since in this dV expression we have in the vector form mu naught by 4 pi ideal cross r upon r cube. So this cross product only we have written as ideal into r into sine theta. So the resulting vector is dV, and dV is going to be perpendicular to both ideal vector, and it will be perpendicular to r vector. So now we have to draw one vertical line at this point, and we need to draw dV on vector r at an angle of 90 degree. So this is r vector, this is dV vector, which is going to be at an angle of 90 degree to this particular r vector. So it must be 90 degree, then only it will be clearly understood. Okay, so this is dV vector, And now you see, if we call this angle as phi, r vector is making an angle of phi with x axis. So this total angle is 90 degree with vertical. So this remaining angle will be 90 minus phi, and this angle is also equal to 90 degree. So if this angle is 90 minus phi, then definitely this angle will also be phi. So easy to understand, but at the same time you need to remember that this angle is 90 degree. This angle is 90 degree. So now dv has two component, one which is along the axis dv sine phi, and one which is perpendicular to this axis, which is dv cos phi. If we take another dl element at this point, just counter to this, opposite to this ideal vector. So for them also the position vector of point P will be, we can use another color. So ideal vector, and their position vector is also R only. So let us write down their position vector. This is also radius A only. So now again, the same triangle. So DB will be again perpendicular to this line. So we have to draw the DB at 90 degree angle. And again, this angle will be phi, and this angle will also be phi. So if you split into two component, again there will be one component dB sin phi horizontal, and vertical component will be dB cos phi. So these two vertical components are equal in magnitude and opposite in sign, they will cancel out. So we are writing here vertical component, vertical component of magnetic field at point P cancel out. So now only horizontal component. So magnetic field is only due to the horizontal component. So in this right angle triangle, this is radius, this is the distance from the center of point P, and this is r vector, and this is phi angle. So net magnetic field, if you want to write here, the horizontal component only, that is dv sin phi, due to this also dv sin phi only. So if you want to find the total magnetic field due to this circular current at this point, then we need to add all the dv sin phi component of different current element. So total magnetic field at point P is only due to horizontal component, that is B is equal to integration of dB sin phi. We need to add all the dB sin phi at this point. So in this triangle, if you want to write sin phi, so sin phi is perpendicular upon hypotenuse a by r, and dB value we already know, so we can put here. So finally we got dB is mu naught by 4 pi I dl upon r square, and sin phi is a by r. So r square into r will become r cube. So the constant term mu naught Ia upon 4 pi into r cube we are taking out of the integration, and this integration is performed along this loop. So if you add all the dl elements, it will become, and you see, if we do this right angle triangle, if we apply Pythagoras in this triangle, r square will be equal to hypotenuse square equal to base square plus perpendicular square, or perpendicular square plus base square. If you will remove square from this side, it will become a square plus x square and 1 by 2 power. So r cube, so this will become a square plus x square power 3 by 2. So r value will become a square plus x square power 3 by 2, and integration of dl, it will be L only. So L, we know L is equal to circumference of this loop, that is 2 pi into A. So this is total magnetic field B, which is mu naught into I into A into 2 pi A upon 4 pi A square plus x square power 3 by 2. Now this 2 to the 4 and pi will cancel out. So now we are having B expression as mu naught into I into A square upon 2 into A square plus x square power 3 by 2. So this is in powers, power 3 by 2. So this is the expression for magnetic field at some axial point or axial distance of a circular current loop. Mu naught I A square upon 2 into A square plus x square power 3 by 2. So next to that, we can say if it is containing n number of turns, so for n turns loop, magnetic field B will be given as mu naught into I A square upon 2 into A square plus x square power 3 by 2, and just multiply it by n. And at the center of the current loop, magnetic field at the center of current loop, it is given by, in this case, this x value will become 0. You can see from the figure, if we are writing at center, so P point will be shifted to O. So x value will become 0. So if x value is going to be 0, then B value will be equal to mu naught into I into A square into N, and 2 into x value 0, A square power 3 by 2. So if you multiply powers, 2 will go, so it is A cube. So B is equal to mu naught into I A square into N upon 2 A cube. So 1A will remain in the denominator. So mu naught into I into N upon 2A for n turn coils. This is the magnetic field. So this is very, very important, this result. So this is how you have to derive this expression. And while deriving this expression, you have to remember that this dv vector is going to be perpendicular to vector r, and while drawing the figure also, and you need to mention that. And here also it is 90-degree angle between r vector and this is dv vector. So this completes the derivation of magnetic field on the axis of a circular, on the axis of a current loop or circular current loop. Okay, thank you.